Students, you've reached the final benchmark assignment. This week, you're going to be turning in your full science unit plan. Now, this is worth 300 points, so make sure you view your rubric so you know every area you're going to be graded on. Now, in this, there are some areas that there's not really sections to include. Um, for example, the health and human area is on the rubric, but there's not a section here. If you would like, you can add in a column or a row, and you might write health connections. This would be a really good tip for you because it is graded on the rubric. There's no specific section. And so you might put health connections, and it might be something like we're talking about the moon. I don't really know what health connections we could have here, but maybe I could do something like, you know, discussing how getting outside to observe the moon promotes that, that, that. So you could make a quick connection there, or maybe in the middle of the lesson, we'll do brain breaks um, to get, students, I don't know, critical thinking or juices flowing or something like that. So you can make for small health connections. I'm not a big stickler on this area. Sometimes it feels very forced. And so just try to make some sort of connection there for me. Like I said, it's not on the template, but it is a graded area. So you're adding assessment to the to the last part of the template. So you're going to talk about how you'll formatively assess learning at each lesson and just a description of one summative assessment for the entire unit. And so on the template, you might put evaluate exit ticket. That's too brief. Give me specifics. What is on that exit ticket? What are you assessing for? Assessment should be directly connected to your objective. So students will be able to explain patterns when using exit ticket, and it might be um, students will explain verbally. Ooh, my typing skills great today. One pattern they noticed with the moon. Now, when I assess students, I want to make sure I know what every student knows. So it might be students get in the line and they tell me, and each student will tell me. Each student will tell me. If I just have them turn and talk, I won't have a good sense of who knows it and who needs more support. So you might give a little more detail here, connected directly to that objective, and really explain what you want students to be able to learn. Now, your summative assessment often might look like a project or something fun. So maybe they make a, I don't know, like a diorama or a model of the phases of the moon, or they might make a PowerPoint presentation showing the phases of the moon and something like that. So your summative assessment should be a little more extensive. I like to think of projects often with this. Maybe they make a video and talk about the phases of the moon, something that will summatively assess kind of that big idea you wanted to have on your the big ideas you have for your unit. Now, in your reflection, you're going to kind of talk about this whole process of creating your unit, and then you're going to talk about how the health education and how that's can be incorporated into your future planning. If you have any questions about your benchmark, let me know. As always, please read that rubric. Make sure you know the areas that you're going to be graded on so you are set up for success when you turn in your final benchmark. Have a wonderful week, guys.